This topic will cover adrenaline hormone and thyroxine hormone and their function in detail up to GCSE level. So, adrenaline hormone is released and produced by adrenaline glands, which are located on the top of our kidneys. So they are involved in generating a response of fight and flight, means in case of crisis and in case of emergency. So either your response that you can fight or you can fly away. So in both cases the adrenaline hormone prepare your body to generate the response. How the adrenaline hormone prepare our body to generate the response? So basically there are two outcomes. When the adrenaline hormone is gonna release, so that will increase our heart rate and that will also increase our breathing rate. The purpose is to produce more energy to fight and to produce more energy to fly away from the situation of danger. So in one case, that adrenaline hormone binds itself to some receptors inside the heart muscles, and as a result when we have more adrenaline hormone, the heart muscles they contract with great force, increasing blood pressure and blood flow to our body muscles, and more blood flow to our body muscles will increase the amount of oxygen and glucose, and more oxygen and glucose to our body muscles will produce more energy as a result of cellular respiration. So on the other side, this hormone also binds itself to liver cells, to some receptors in our liver cells, and as a result liver breaks down the glycogen. So glycogen is a stored form of glucose, means that is a storage of glucose in animal cells. So when this hormone will stimulate the receptor cells in liver, then liver will break down more glycogen, converting more glycogen into glucose. So as a result, the glucose level in our body will increase because more glycogen is converting into glucose, and increased level of glucose will produce more energy in our body muscles and as a result of cellular respiration. So this way adrenaline produces a response of fight and flight by attaching itself, binding itself to receptors in liver and binding itself to receptors in our heart, increasing heart rate and increasing the glucose level in blood. So the second hormone which is a thyroxine hormone that is produced by thyroid gland in the middle of neck. Thyroid gland produces thyroxine, and thyroxine control the rate of metabolism in our body. Rate of metabolism means that controls how fast the biochemical reactions gonna happen in our body. So there is a negative feedback which also controls the amount of thyroxine, that our thyroid gland is gonna produce more thyroxine or less thyroxine. So what is a negative feedback? So negative feedback, if any hormone is above are below the normal value of that hormone in blood, so that will generate a negative feedback. Above or below the normal value. So if there is a above or below the normal value, so the negative feedback will cause to produce a response, and that response will bring the amount of thyroxine back to its normal value. So if you look at this diagram, so along y-axis we have blood glucose level, means if it goes not glucose level, sorry, blood thyroxine level. So if it goes up, means the thyroxine level is increased in our blood. So this line represents the normal thyroxine level. So, and that part represents that the thyroxine level is increased in our blood, and that part of the diagram represent that the thyroxine level is decreased in our blood. So three hormones mentioned in this box are involved in maintaining and controlling the amount of thyroxine. One is called TRH and the other one is TSH. This hormone is basically produced by a part of our brain which is called hypothalamus, and that stimulates our pituitary gland, which is also called the master gland, to produce TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, and that hormone stimulates the thyroid gland to produce more thyroxine. So it means hypothalamus produces this hormone and pituitary gland produces the second hormone, and thyroxine is produced by the thyroid gland. So in case if there is a negative feedback, so here it is a negative feedback is going to be generated because the thyroxine, this is a normal level, so the thyroxine is above the normal level. So what should be the response to bring it back to the normal level? But how? Because now the thyroxine level is high, so then our brain will detect that the thyroxine level is high in blood, so it will order the hypothalamus to inhibit, to stop the release of TRH hormone. So as a result, that will stop the release of or decrease the release of thyroid stimulating hormone by the pituitary gland. So the level of thyroid stimulating hormone will decrease, and when the thyroid stimulating hormone will decrease, that will signal the thyroid gland to lower the level of thyroxine. So it means less TRH by hypothalamus, less TSH by the pituitary gland, and then less thyroxine by the thyroid gland. So the thyroxine level will come back to its normal level. So in another case, if the thyroxine level is lower like this, then our brain will detect that the thyroxine levels are lower, so it will order the hypothalamus to release TRH hormone. So arrow up means that the amount of TRH hormone will increase, and as a result the pituitary gland will release more thyroid stimulating hormone, and more thyroid stimulating hormone will increase the quantity of thyroxine in our blood. So there are three hormones involved in maintaining the quantity of thyroxine, and in another clip we know that the function of thyroxine is to control the rate of reaction, to control the heartbeat rate, and to control our body temperature.